Yet again, I think we've produced a product that no one else has in the world. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the brand new solid bronze rope dart we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. I'm going to be talking about all of its features, kind of the thoughts behind creating this, what we wanted to achieve, who would use it, and at the end, I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks in getting started training with rope dart. Hi, my name's Doug Swift. I've been doing martial arts for the past 36 years and I've been the owner of Enso Martial Arts for the past 18 years. If you like this video, you find it useful, click the little icon down below, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos on all of the products we have here for sale at Enso Martial Arts. So let's get into this video and learn all about the super unique solid bronze rope dart. So here at Enso Martial Arts, we're slowly building up a collection of products that we're getting made ourselves because we literally cannot find it anywhere else. It's quite a lot of hassle trying to build something from scratch, so it's literally out of necessity because we want to sell really good items at Enso Martial Arts and we just can't find them anywhere else, so we're getting them made ourselves. And the latest one to the collection is the solid bronze rope dart. Now, there's lots of products we've got, the chi massage brushes, and you know, just very recently got in the solid bronze chi massage brush, which is pretty bonkers. However, I think this product is probably one of the best things we've had made so far. Absolutely brilliant, and I'm sure not many people have thought about getting them until now, but hopefully you'll see this and you think, actually, that is a brilliant idea. Now, bronze has been used all over the world for thousands and thousands of years, even had its own age, the Bronze Age, before the Iron Age, and that was because bronze, made up of tin and copper, is relatively easy to mine and kind of isolate out of its raw materials. And putting the very soft tin and pretty soft copper together, it makes a really hard, very durable, but also easy to work material. So bronze has been around absolutely ages. It's also got another property which it doesn't corrode, which is brilliant for training weapons because it means even if they get dinked up and bashed a bit, you're not going to take off any covering or surface. It's going to protect itself from the elements. So hopefully it will look pretty swanky, pretty nice and clean the whole time it exists. Bronze also holds quite a lot of cultural significance, especially in China, throughout the world though, but especially in China. And if you go to any Chinese museum, you'll see lots of stuff made out of bronze, lots of urns, lots of jars and pots and ornaments and figures and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it was seen as a very valuable and symbolic thing to be able to make things out of and give to people. Now, this is partly because of the properties of bronze. Like I said, it's very workable, and so you can mold it into lots of fairly intricate shapes, and you know, it was relatively available at the time, but it makes a very good usable product that ultimately, for I guess general sort of villages and towns, you can make tools out of. So you can make lots of tools, and I guess early on you could also make weapons. So why not, rather than going from the standard kind of steel like iron rope darts, why not have a solid bronze one? Loads of kind of traditional ideas molded into this absolutely amazing material. So yeah, why not do it? We don't know anyone else has done it. We thought we'd start a trend. Now we have got plans, hopefully, and we hope that it will be very popular, to make loads of different rope darts. We thought we'd sort of try this out, see how it goes, and then maybe make different designs. So the first one we went for is pretty standard design of rope dart. Obviously you want all the weight at one end, and it's fairly standard dimensions. Lots of rope darts out there that are these dimensions. Now we have put in a few little details of a really nice sort of rounded off edge in the middle and nice details at one end as well. If my camera will focus, you can see, and you know, you can hopefully see on the video, it's really cleanly made, really precise, very smooth, very good looking. Now it is made out of solid bronze, so it does have a bit more weight than you would off a steel one. It's a little bit heavier. I'll give you all the weights and dimensions a bit later in the video. Nothing sort of crazy significant. It's not like 3 times as heavy, but that extra weight for a relatively small dart does make a difference in terms of the stability when swinging it through the air. When you first process bronze and you get it all buffed up, it's like actually pretty gold color looking. It's quite bright and shiny. So what we've done is we've antiqued to this. So we've put a bit of I think it was a liver of sulfur, basically an acid that you put on it, which gives it this browning color. And you also get more browning in the edges and the gaps, which gives it a really good antique look. Gives it a bit of protection as well, bit of added extra protection, but gives it a really cool antique look. Now we're not trying to claim that this is super old, this is a brand new product, but that antique look does make it look pretty good. So yeah, really happy with how this came out and the look of the dart. Now another cool little feature is the rings on these. Now these are steel rings. We did think about doing bronze rings, but because of the thickness of the rings, we weren't convinced that they'd actually be strong enough. So we went for steel ones, much stronger. I don't know what they did traditionally. Maybe they just tied the rope straight through the rope dart. But you want that little bit extra flexibility for rope darts, so the rings are really good for that. It gives you a little bit more movement. But we have again aged these, antique these, give them a bit of protection. You don't want those things rusting or anything like that. And again, it gives them a really cool old look, really nice and black, which is absolutely brilliant, kind of like a burnt look on them. I love them. I think that's a great addition to this rope dart. Absolutely brilliant. Now, standard length of rope, whatever it is, 15 foot, I'll measure it out for you later, normal standard length, tied a knot in one end, and I've tied these up with some zinc oxide tape, which is really nice and durable. They're nicely fresh white at the moment, but the more you use them, these will kind of darken up a bit to be a similar color to the rope. Now this is standard sash cord, which we think is perfect for rope darts, slightly waxy so it rubs through your hands, but you'll still get a little bit of friction, so you'll be able to grip it, but you know there's always that chance you're going to burn your hands. But a wax sash cord is absolutely perfect for rope dart. Nothing fancy, nothing special, but just the perfect thing for rope darts. Now the final addition is the flag. People are pretty obsessed with flags. If it doesn't come with a flag, there's all kinds of complaints, so we always make sure we've got a nice flag on it. But we decided to go, these are actually handmade, so we've got these hand stitched, and it's a really good crimson flag. Now on the camera, I'm just looking at the screen there, it looks slightly redder than it actually is, so have a look at the photos on the website to make sure you're happy with the colour. I think this crimson flag is way better. Have I got an example of the standard rope dart, which is a really bright red, like all over the place, and it's a really kind of synthetic feeling nylon. So we wanted a slightly kind of still synthetic but sort of natural feeling nylon, and a nice dark crimson colour, which really adds to the colour of the bronze and the black rings. So I think we made an amazing product here, if I do say so myself. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's one of those products that you never thought you'd need, but now that it exists, it's kind of, I'm pretty jealous that we're selling these, and I might have to buy one myself, I think. As promised, here are a few of the dimensions. I'll do my best to put out everything I can think of on the website, so if you want more dimensions, go and check that out. But a few of the standard ones here. So this dart is 11 centimeters long, with the end sort of thickest bit of the dart being 2 centimeters wide. And looking at the weight, it comes in at exactly 170 grams. So I have this in its entirety, 350 centimeters, 3.5 meters, and that's this one. Like I say, they might vary slightly. We're not going to be really mega precise with this, but that's loads of length for the dart. For most people, they want an arm length and then the dart hitting the floor. You can't quite see it, but this is way longer than me. So if I have it touching the floor, loads of extra length. So have a play with the end. You can readjust that. You can even just tie it up in your hand if you don't want to mess about with that. So that's the right length for me, and you've got a fair bit extra on the end. So for someone really tall, that's still plenty enough rope. And if you're shorter, you're gonna have to get scissors out and give it a good cut. So I mentioned a little bit earlier, but at Enso Martial Arts, we do pride ourselves on having a pretty good selection of martial arts equipment for all kinds of different martial arts, all the kind of fighting styles, all the traditional styles. But for those who are interested in rope dart, as well as the solid bronze rope dart, we also have the standard rope dart, chain whips, the totally bonkers dragon whip, and the very fun Shaolin leather whip. All kinds of Tai Chi swords, broadswords, including the telescopic Tai Chi sword, and staffs and pads and clothing. And if you want to see the whole range we've got here, go check out the website ensomartialarts.com. So I've been making videos for the shop for a few years now, and it's always quite nice to demo the few ones that I actually know how to use a little bit. Now, rope dart is pretty much by far certainly up there as being the one that I worry about the most, partly because there's not that much space in the shop and I do panic about hitting my camera. So I'm going to start off pretty simple and just show you a few little things just to get you started with the rope dart. Nothing special, but just a few ideas of how to get the thing moving. So yeah, like I said earlier, the main thing you want is the rope dart kind of touching the floor and being arm's length. I personally like mine slightly shorter than that, but you know, that's the way I personally like it. So definitely first get yourself used to swinging the thing around left and right, both sides of the body, you know, just one side on each, two sides on each. Like, just get used to having fairly heavy metal weight swinging around in front of your face and behind the back of your head. You are going to clonk yourself. You are going to whack yourself in the knees, in the ankles. They really hurt. You know, on the back of the head, the elbows. That is just something that comes with rope dart and just getting used to it. Get yourself fairly fluid, nice and relaxed, not too much of a fuss. Also, have a go at doing it in reverse as well. You want to be able to do it both ways. A lot of the kind of, you could say, tricks or the moves in martial arts, you're going to be going both ways all the time, depending on how you want to fire out the dart. Now, all of the focus is on getting this dart fired out and getting it back in as much as possible. And the simplest one for this is literally just swinging it out, letting it swing out your hands and back. So nice and easy, but a really good one to practice. Sliding it out and back. Now it's quite difficult. I wonder if I can do a little diddy one so you can see it all on the camera. So nice and easy. So nothing that fancy, but a few little things to get going with. Now there's all kinds of stuff you can do where you're wrapping it around your legs and you're wrapping it around your neck. So, nice simple things just to get used to that rope dart coming off your body, getting it under your arms, under the other arms. Lots of stuff to play with, but there's just a few little things just to get you started with rope dart. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned loads about our solid bronze rope dart we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. If you found this video useful, click the little icon down below, subscribe to this channel and get latest videos on all of the products we have here at Enso Martial Arts. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.